Hey everybody, it's Melissa. We're nearing the end of November, so I'm going to be giving you my top 5 favorite fragrances of the month. And if y'all have been here for a minute, then this background is a throwback, but I miss it. So I wanted to do this video in front of it. And 2 important things real quick, or 2 things I'm excited about. The first one is I just received the newest Day 3 fragrance. I haven't unboxed it yet. I don't look at the notes or anything until after I smell it and kind of give my first impression. So stay on the lookout for that video. And also, the Parfums the Marley Black Friday sale. So just stay posted on the page. Okay, as always, all thoughts and opinions are my own. This is not a sponsored video. And if you want, I'll put the links for these fragrances in the comment section below pinned and also in the description box. But always buy where you feel the most comfortable. Okay, in 5th place is a Tom Ford scent that I've been raving about a lot on TikTok in particular. It's Tobacco Vanille. So Tobacco Vanille is by far one of the most popular Tom Ford fragrances. It's just this really sweet, gingerbread-like chai latte fragrance. I say that in every single video that I mention this because I truly feel like that's the embodiment of this fragrance. I don't even know note-wise with that breakdown what's really in this, but to me, it doesn't smell tobacco vanilla-ish. That's more along the lines of Spice Bomb Extreme, just in my opinion. But this one goes more in a gourmand direction. If you don't know what gourmand means, it means that it smells like you want to eat it. It smells dessert-like. So if that's something you want, you know, people up in your neck, something with a really nice scent trail and really good performance, projection, I would say go for Tobacco Vanille. But this scent can easily become a lot if you overspray it. So please, don't worry about overspraying Tobacco Vanille. It works really nicely, even with a minimal amount of sprays. But I do tend to get over 12 hours of performance with this fragrance, only with 2 sprays. And I typically spray it one behind each ear. Sometimes I'll do like 2 on the back of my neck instead of behind each ear. And sometimes I'll just spray it like on the sleeves of my sweater, or actually the behind the shoulder blades of whatever shirt or sweater that I'm wearing. But this one I find to be a very unisex fragrance. I think anybody can rock it if sweet, sexy, cuddly is what they're looking for. And I also feel like Tobacco Vanille is the perfect fragrance for the November, December, January, February weather. That was a really long way of saying wintertime, but it's an amazing wintertime fragrance. So I know that they have this, I think, at Nordstrom and Neiman Marcus and Bloomingdale's. I'm not sure if Sephora has it, but you could literally go try it for free on your own skin and kind of see how it plays out, or buy a sample of it if you want, and then get a bottle later on down the road. But this is the 5th place spot. That's what I meant to say. In 4th place is Salt and Pepper Precious Liquid. And this one kind of fell down the ranks a little bit. And I'll tell you exactly why when you see the other fragrances on this list. But this I tend to use more when it is warmer outside. And it's kind of a little interesting because I know we're in November, but there's definitely been days lately that it's hot and dry. I don't know what, well, we know why. But anyways, this fragrance does good in warmer weather. And it's just like a staple in my collection at this point, to be honest. It's a masculine fragrance. Like I said, that one's unisex. This one's a more masculine scent. You can identify it as a blue fragrance. If you don't know blue fragrances, think of things like Bleu de Chanel, Sauvage. They kind of have that Ambroxan-like push. You know, it's like a modern masculine fragrance, but it's absolutely gorgeous. This one's a massive compliment getter as well, and I just really enjoy wearing it, whether I'm around people or not. Now, in terms of performance, I get over 8 hours with Salt and Pepper. In 3rd place is, oh shoot, where is it? Hold on, did I miscount? Maybe there was only 4 fragrances. No. This is it. That's right, there was two Tom Fords on this list. In 3rd place is Grey Vetiver by Tom Ford. And if y'all have watched my review on this fragrance, I tend to say that it's my work hard, play hard scent. Like whenever I'm in the zone, you know, if I'm locked in, if I'm doing something that requires a lot of brain work, or like, you know, you guys know how it is. Like if you, like, you know, just think of you working, you're hustling, whatever it is, right? And this fragrance just, I don't know, it embodies that feeling for me. You know, it's clean, it's fresh. It kind of has this, it smells a bit grapefruit sage on my skin. There is vetiver, of course, in the base because the name is vetiver. Well, it's in the title, that's what I meant to say. But I know there's other notes listed in it, but I don't get that other stuff. On me, it really is grapefruit, sage, and then vetiver. But it's fresh, clean, also effortlessly classy. I feel like this is a fragrance that does very, very well in professional settings, but also if you wanted to wear this in any sort of situation that you were gonna get dressed up, this is gonna smell really good. But at the same time, I could see this working in a very relaxed sort of outfit as well. Like if you're just gonna go grab some tea, some coffee with somebody, go hang out with someone, you're in just a simple outfit and you wear something like Grey Vetiver, it just smells luxurious. It kind of just gives the whole vibe just a touch more of a sophisticated sort of feel. You know, if you've smelled this fragrance, especially as it dries down, it's gorgeous. I think in the beginning, I could see how this might be a little sharp to some people, right? But as you continue to wear it throughout the day, it just becomes so easily lovable. And I just really enjoy this one for me. I don't think that, I'm trying to recall if I've worn Grey Vetiver just as like a social fragrance. I don't believe I have. This has been a fragrance that I wear when I'm just like in my zone, you know? So this is just something I enjoy. Whenever I pull it off the shelf and throw it on, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's so good. You know, if I'm running errands, if it's just a Melissa day, then I'll throw on Grey Vetiver and be very, very happy about it. Okay, in second place, dude, I love this fragrance so much. This is Dior Homme 2020. Okay, now I believe there's a lot of Dior Homme flankers. People always ask me, oh, should I get the Intense? Should I get blah, 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 blah? This one is my favorite. It's so sexy. Okay, I can't even tell you right now, note-wise, everything that's in this. I've struggled with this fragrance in particular, remembering notes. And I think I've said this in a few videos whenever I talk about Dior Homme, that every single time I smell it, I just get so swept away with it that I just forego even looking at the notes, because I have looked at the note breakdown multiple times, but I'm not even gonna tell y'all, like try to make it up or anything, because I do not know it off the top of my head right now. When I smell this, it's just so good. Now this one is a perfect, intimate, sexy, and sensual fragrance. If you're thinking sexy and sensual, isn't that the same thing? No, it's not. All right? It's not the same thing. But this fragrance just has the it factor, truly. There's a lot of there's a lot of designer fragrances that I really do enjoy, and you all know that I recommend designer scents and stuff, but this one has me in a chokehold. Whenever I wear it, I love it so much. And the thing is, this is also very lovable when I wear it in social sort of settings as well. But this is something I do not overspray. I'll do 3 to 5 sprays of this fragrance because I only want it to be in my scent bubble. This thing does not need to push. If I'm gonna go out to give somebody a hug and then they smell it when they're hugging, that's just what I need right there. I don't need it to be something that I walk by or I enter a room and it fills the room and everyone's wondering, oh, who smells like that? You're gonna know who's smelling like that when I wear this fragrance. That's exactly how I want it. And it honestly, it's not a gourmand, but sometimes when I smell it, it makes me salivate. I don't know why. Maybe it's just because I find it to be a super attractive fragrance. I think this is because people have been asking me also about La Nuit, right? Because I have a lot of love for La Nuit de l'Homme, but I think that as of right now, these things can always change, but this is probably my favorite. Like I would take Dior Homme 2020 over La Nuit de l'Homme personally, okay? I think everybody else should rock La Nuit de l'Homme. I'll throw that out there. Nah, I'm playing. Actually, I'm not playing. That's a really good fragrance too. But, dude, okay. I see this more as a colder weather fragrance, nighttime sort of scent, not in the high heat. I would love to wear it today, but it's literally hot and dry. And it just, that would be more of a gray vetiver, salt and pepper type of day like it is right now. But this, when the sun goes down, or even if your clothes smell like this, because I went to Vegas the other week, and before I left, I was bringing a sweater, and I was like, oh, you know what? I'm just gonna do a spray of Dior Homme on it because I didn't want to bring my fragrance with me. So when I was taking stuff out of my suitcase, and I took out that sweater and I smelled it, it's like, this shit is so good. Like, it's so fire. Listen, I can honestly go on and on and on about this fragrance. But as far as performance goes, this one, I noticeably get 6 to 7 hours, but when it's mixed with other things, it'll push. I think 6 and 7 hours is honestly very minimal for this fragrance because for some reason, it really does latch onto my skin very, very nicely, okay? But that is the number 2 spot, Dior Homme 2020. And the number 1 spot, y'all, where is it? Where is she? Newest fragrance in my collection, Another 13 by Le Labo. And you know what's crazy is I've smelled this fragrance before on myself. I did one spray of it years ago. I think it was actually maybe almost exactly 2 years because it was either at a Thanksgiving or Christmas that I tried this fragrance on myself. And I went, this is so, it's just smells clean laundry-esque, right? It's kind of like Molecule One, if you ever heard me talk about that fragrance, where it's easy to think that someone's not wearing a fragrance when you smell Another 13 on them, that they naturally smell like that. You know, because there is ISO E Super in this scent, which is what makes Molecule One. And that fragrance and ISO E Super as a note just enhances a person's skin chemistry, right? So this also has, I believe it's like a pear sort of smell. Dude, it's so fire. It has like that pear, that ISO E Super, that musk, right? So it is very, very simple, super minimal, but at the same time, people just love it. You know, I think for the most part, just based on my experiences in my fragrance journey, when it comes to people in real life, they really fuck with simple fragrances when you wear it, right? The complex stuff, you're gonna get a lot of love and praise for that online, maybe on Reddit groups, Facebook groups, with other people in the fragrance community. But in real life, people melt when they smell fragrances like Another 13. Like, there's a reason why so many people that aren't even in the fragrance community, they know about this scent because it smells so good. And it's also very accessible in places like Nordstrom, like Bloomingdale's, like Neiman Marcus, right? Where people can try it for themselves. And also that huge wave a couple years back of, and it's still relevant now in my opinion, of the whole clean girl aesthetic, right? So that just basically is the simple things. And Another 13 is a perfect clean girl aesthetic type of fragrance. Now this one I find to be super just gender neutral. Anybody could wear it, but if you're somebody that's on social media and you associate this fragrance as a clean girl aesthetic fragrance, you might find it to lean a little bit more on the feminine side. But again, I really just want to emphasize to y'all that skin chemistry plays a huge role here. Like, I wouldn't look down on it until or I make your opinion on it until you try it. But then again, that's to be said about any fragrance, right? Like, you never know how you're gonna like it, if you're gonna hate it, until it's on your own skin and you're wearing it throughout the entire day. So that's the main thing I would say, is y'all just gotta try it for yourself. But this one has really good performance. I get over 12 hours, no joke, with Another 13. And I think that a lot of people say it doesn't last. Like, you'll see a lot more complaints about the performance of this fragrance versus the longevity of it, because people are so nose blind to it. And I say this in nearly every video, and I know it might be irritating to a lot of people, but I'm still gonna say it because I find it to be super important. But going nose blind is a very common thing. And this is typically what happens. People gauge the longevity of the fragrance based on, of course, how long they can smell it for, but also the complement factor of it, right? So if they go nose blind, but they don't know what nose blind is, right? So after 40 minutes of spraying a fragrance and they no longer detect it on themselves, they're like, oh, it's gone. I'm going to spray even more because we're going out later. And then when they go out, nobody compliments them on their fragrance. And they go, and again, because they fried their nose at that point with overspraying it, they go, this thing doesn't even last. And the next thing you know, when they're watching a video on the internet, they're in the comment section going, this thing has shit performance, not worth it, blah, 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 only lasts 40 minutes. And everybody else is like, oh, really? I really wanted to try, blah, 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 blah. And they get swayed by comments and whatever. So, y'all, I just don't think people realize how normal it is to go nose blind. You're not going to smell it every minute of your wear time. And then when you no longer smell it and then you're overspraying it, people aren't going to compliment someone that smells like, where it just smells like you showered in your scent, you drown in your scent, right? It can honestly become like too much of something, even if it's a fantastic fragrance, isn't going to be attractive when it's done, when it's overdone like that. You know, it's going to piss more people off. So just, if you're going out with people that you know, then, you know what I mean? You can ask them, hey, can you smell me? But I will say I've gotten a lot of compliments on this fragrance ever since it came into my collection. No joke, every time I wear it, every time I have worn it, I've received a compliment. I also have been layering this with another fragrance. And the smell, I said this on my Instagram, the smell is sinister. It is my favorite layering combo right now. And it's so sexy. And that combo, like, I kid you not, it's immediate compliments from like when somebody is in my scent bubble, like, oh my God, you smell so good. And then just like the nose to the neck and then in the hugs, it's everything. So I love this fragrance by itself. It smells good layered with what I've been layering it with. But again, y'all just let me know what your top 5 favorite fragrances of November are, because I can go on and on and on about this scent, about all of these scents personally, but just let me know what your favorites are, okay? And again, I'll put discount links, discount codes for the fragrances in the description box and also in the comment section below. I hope y'all have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.